Well, hello, beautiful souls. Thanks for joining me today. Be here with me. Thanks for being here with me. So I just got done with Ecstatic Dance Austin. So um, it's basically, it's not like this everywhere, but it is here in Austin because it's so big and it's so popular. But basically, Ecstatic Dance Austin is a giant sober rave on a Sunday morning. So there's no glow sticks and there's no whistles, but there's a lot of everything else basically that goes along with the rave, minus the drugs. So anyway, I knew I needed to come here this morning and just dance out some stuff because yesterday was just a really rough day emotionally. And then I made a I made a bit of an ass of myself, trying to be helpful, but in my attempt to be helpful, what I ended up doing was crushing someone's spirit, basically making them feel unsafe. And God, that's just the last thing that I want to do. And so yeah. Anyway, sometimes when I open my big mouth, I'm just trying to be helpful. I'm just trying to be helpful. And help is not always wanted, and that's not, not always what's asked for. It's not always called for. And so I didn't do a good job of reading the room, so to speak, in this instance. I just, kind of bulldozed my way in, sort of like a bull in a china shop, and it was an honest mistake, but anyway, that's just one thing that happened yesterday. That the other thing I already posted about, that some things kind of came to a head with my realizations, and I realized that while I'm head over heels in love with someone, it's not the timing is still off. The timing is still wrong. The timing is just still bad because we're in two extremely different places in our lives. And especially after I get done with something like Ecstatic Dance, where I just feel like I'm just totally standing in my true self. It's like, oh yeah, it's real obvious that it's like, oh yeah, there's no question the timing, that everything is just off. So yeah, not great. Not great to realize that. I mean, it's good. Okay, no, it is good to realize that. It's good to know, but that doesn't make it hurt less. It doesn't make it hurt less. So anyway, but I also had a couple of important things happen this morning at Ecstatic Dance. So one of them was I was doing some yoga. I ended up doing some yoga during Ecstatic Dance because that's just what my body wanted to do. So I was going into standing bow position, and normally I start with my left, standing on my left leg, because that is the stronger one. It's the left side of my body in general is more steady, better, has I have better balance on my left side. I can stretch further, more deeply with my left side than I can with my right. That is typically how it has been. And what's interesting about that is that the left side of the body is representative of the masculine energy that you carry, whereas the right side is representative of the feminine energy. So, and I've known that my masculine energy I have very strong, positive masculine energy. And for whatever many myriad reasons, my feminine energy has just been, it's been squelched. It's been down. I've downplayed it. I haven't explored my feminine energy as much. So I've been making a conscious effort to do just that, to explore my femininity and really look at what that means. And what's interesting is that today, when I went to go into standing bow, which is my favorite yoga pose, by the way, it's my favorite. I do it, and it looks however it looks, but I don't really care how it looks. What I care about is how it feels. As long as I'm doing the pose properly, Anyway, but what I noticed today was that I actually had better balance on my right side, like standing on my right leg. That's the first time. That's the first time ever that I can remember. I've been practicing yoga off and on now off and on for 9 years. And, it's not been a consistent practice, okay? But yeah, I don't ever remember a time where the right side, felt more at home than the left side until today. So that's kind of a big deal. And the other thing is that I did a thing where I sought out a healer, and he was just working with people kind of off to the side throughout the whole thing. And I finally got a chance to sit with him. And, I had some things I needed to release, but also just to receive whatever he was able to assist me with receiving, whatever energy, whatever it was. And then I realized that I've been that really what I need. And so I'm taking this on as my word for 2020. My word is receive. I have so much to say about how hard it is to receive, because I've lived it. I have lived it. And I would not have made it through September and October of last year without my friends and family carrying me financially. I mean, I literally was so, I had nothing. I had no cash, no money at all. And the only reason that I was able to feed myself was because of my friends and family. And that I was finally able to receive that love on a level that I had never have allowed myself to before. And so I've been practicing, I think every I think I've said this already in a previous video, but like everything in life that's worth doing, it's a practice. Everything in life that's worth doing is a practice. Receiving is a practice, because you know what? It's not something that comes naturally to most of us, I think. And if it does come naturally to you, then oh my goodness, that's amazing. So, yeah, so that's my word. A little late to the party with all that, but that's okay. Um, receiving is challenging. So, and for me, it's like, I can receive the bad stuff. I can receive the hard stuff like a champ because I'm so used to it. I'm well versed in that. What I'm really intentionally focusing on is receiving the good, receiving the positive, receiving love, receiving prosperity, receiving all that is already in process for me. Truly receiving it. And that plays directly into whether or not you feel like you deserve good things in your life. It does. It plays right into that. If you genuinely don't feel like you deserve love in whatever form it shows up in your life, then you're not going to be able to receive. Truly. I have lived this, y'all. I have lived this over and over and over in my life. So, yeah, receive, and especially receiving, intentionally receiving good, receiving love, receiving the positive. So that's my word, and I'm being very, very intentional about this, because you put any kind of a label or prescription of sorts on your life, on a year, on a week, a month, a day, whatever, and the universe is like, okay, here we go, you ready? And so it's like, you can say that your word of the year is whatever. It can be love. And you're going to have an idea in your mind of what that means. And the universe is going to have lots of other ideas in mind of what that really means. So, it's like, in my opinion, it's like you want to be really careful what you are claiming, what you're staking a claim on for yourself, because if you are not super intentional with how you word it, and with the feeling behind what you are claiming and what you are asking for, then you're going to end up getting a whole lot of what you didn't really want. So, now, obviously, well, not obviously, in my opinion, you're still going to get exactly what you need. It just may be a lot more painful than what you bargained for. So anyway, that's really it today. And I managed to talk for 15 minutes about all this, so hey. You know, I'm all like sweaty and pink, you know, red from sweating and whatever. But you know, like I don't care. I have to get this out now because um, I committed to posting a video every day, and it's like, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it every day, and yeah, going away is to Bali is going to be so good for me, and by extension, I hope that it's good for you too. Anybody who's joining, you know, joining me along the way. So, okay, y'all. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and thank you so much for being here with me. See you later.